blessed. You have been chosen by God to compete for righteous glory. 8 other champions will enter, but there can only be one MoY. And now, introducing your host, Jake, the gluten-free careless.
What's up? Welcome into the
MoY! Ploy!
It's ya boy Jake, the gluten-free careless, joined by my co-host Peter Cheater Piku Hatsizzle.
He's in the midst of the battle of his life. It's
Amen.
a championship battle in the semifinals.
Think about this. We haven't said a damn thing. We've already wasted 1 minute, 20 seconds of all their lives. It just makes me excited to get into even more of it.
And I just want to make sure everybody feels welcomed to the MoY Ploy.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
Out of
right.
the playoffs, the hype don't stop, baby. All right.
What are you excited about so far in the playoffs?
Mostly my dynasty rosters.
Oh, yeah. Not this league. Fascinating. Was it the votes? Was it the
man.
voting that was at the most exciting part of the week? Was it the toilet bowl showdown with Brent and
I
Ken?
happen to have right here. This is, we're going to talk about the playoffs and all that stuff, but the big news of this cast is that the votes are in, folks. And for the first time in MoY Ploy history, they're going to be read live before the end of the playoffs. They're going to be read right here, right now, live results.
They're going to be called into question. What happened? Was there tampering? Was
Oh,
there...
yeah. The voting was extraordinarily petty. It was just amazing. It was just incredibly petty this year. I should have recorded who voted where, but I think the votes are going to be entertaining themselves, entertaining enough themselves. Before we get into it, Pigu, we've wasted 3 minutes of their time, still not said a damn thing. Love it. We have to thank our sponsor, the Missouri Aquarium Society. Pigu, if you'd look up and to the left for me. Other left. There it is. The Missouri Aquarium Society. Thank you so much for providing us with this stream unbeknownst to you. We are extremely grateful. Please go to MissouriAquariumSociety.com. Consider becoming a member of the Missouri Aquarium Society. It does provide you with a monthly magazine, an e-zine, I think they're called, or I don't know. It's an emailed magazine that you will never read because you guys don't like fish as much as I do. All right, now we've wasted 3 minutes 45 seconds of everyone's life. Let's get into it. Week 1 of the fantasy playoffs. Let me share the screen real quick. All right. We have quite the barn burner here with the league. The 8 seed going against the 1 seed. This is a very tight race. Ray has about, a 25-point lead?
Yeah,
that's not
25.
much. That can get erased really quickly. And it looks like you've got a couple of players that aren't even in your lineup yet. And you've got some absolutely juicy matchups with Mike Williams, Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey. All have incredible plus matchups. Why is Jerry Jeudy projected to have 33.3 points?
I'd be in a lot better position.
Oh, it's his top performers of last week. That makes sense.
But if I didn't ask the bet on my, I was so close to starting Trevor Lawrence and David Njoku. I don't really know what I was thinking. I was just stupid. Imagine being
names
so
team
smart.
Trevor Trust doesn't
Imagine
trust
being
Trevor.
So smart that you're actually dumb. You've gone around. If smart. What if it's not a linear spectrum of smartness? What if it's like a circle? and I went so far around. I am now as
Wow.
dumb as ever.
That might be one of the
No
dumber
one
things
has
I've ever heard.
or ever thought of. There we go.
There you go. All right. Oh my gosh. Look, speaking of this, what a tankathon going on over here.
This is so
Holy
upsetting.
shit. Think about this, Peter. You could have been up 50 points against my dad.
That's what would have happened. I would have played again. Well, I probably would have played against Z Warren because your dad won and your dad would be down. Your dad would be down and out against Ray. It would be done.
I mean, I think my dad had a bunch of different injuries mid-game last game with who did he have go down? Nope. It's his injuries that he had that forced him to start all the other players. Plus, he had a bunch of bye weeks and stuff. So, yeah,
there's only one
performance for
good
Todd
roster
Harris.
in the playoffs, believe it or not.
I think yours has got some juice, dog.
Right.
I think you're far from dead. All right, let's break down this toilet bowl. I fell asleep at the wheel and I started someone who was in the concussion protocol. Whoops. And beyond that, I got clobbered by Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon going off for 32 points.
Damn.
I only had one player break 20. That's fucking rough. Brent picked a great week to go all out and
dominate.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel, as considering Brent's recent performances, I do feel that this is within my reach of a comeback. I am far from giving up. Active on the waiver wire this week. And looking forward to another good matchup with my 2-11 buddy, Brent Van Conyu, playing for a chance to win the toilet bowl.
I would love that story. For Brent to redeem himself in the playoffs and win out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
And how about my boy Brett Fitzgerald?
Break it down for us, Pigu.
All right. This is all I know. We have a bet on who is going to have more wins at the end of the season. And it pretty much comes down to this.
Yep. It comes down to exactly this.
Eddie Pissler is essing the bed. He's down 23. Yep.
He's sweating the bed.
He's sweating the bed.
Sweaty Pissler.
He's starting someone he drafted at quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
How is that possible?
His quarterback, that was last week. I don't know if he might go Aaron Rodgers this week. Aaron Rodgers was on bye. But just remember back to Eddie's draft. It was Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Tannehill, Carson Wentz.
There
was one more. Oh, Matt Stafford. There it is. There was one more.
Why is he still there? He's on the IR.
Eddie Disler. Can we get a
Eddie, I bet $20 on you, man. Get it together.
He's got Christian Watson though this week. That could win it all. And Jonathan Taylor coming back.
Also true. And I like Najee's matchup against Carolina this week very much as well.
He still has Wentz benched, and this is insane.
Wentz lost his
on the
job.
IR.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is Eddie Sweaty.
It's some serious mismanagement.
Can I take back MoY votes?
Anytime you want. Just kidding. They are in. All right.
They're in.
That's all that we have for this week's matchups. The next week is no more bye weeks, so no one's really getting punished for that anymore. And the winner's bracket is shaping up to be basically whoever wins the matchup between you and Ray. It just feels like you've got it really just feels like you've got a pretty easy shot to the finals.
Z Warren's team has been dismantled with the end of Kyler Murray and the PCL sprain.
Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, both of them just getting wrecked. Breece Hall going down for the season. Cortland Sutton's been dog shit.
Z Warren
his bench is in shambles right now.
Jamar Chase is the smartest thing he ever did was pick up Jamar Chase. That might be his season saver.
Yep. You're welcome, Z Warren. You're welcome.
Z Warren.
All right, enough of that, boys. Let's talk about championships are cool and all, but let's talk about what we really care about here on the MoY Ploy.
A MoY Ploy.
The votes are in. Let's go through the MoY voting first. In last place with 1 vote apiece. Brett and Eddie tied for last place with 1 MoY vote apiece. In second to last place, with 2 votes, Zach Warner, garnishing 2 MoY votes. You love to see the new faces getting votes for the MoY. Third to last place with 3 votes, Ray Rat getting 3 MoY votes. In second place with 5 votes, we have Peter Cheater Pigoo Hot Sizzle O'Donnell. And in first place with 10 votes, we have Jake the Gluten Freak Harris and Brent Van Conyu and Todd the Bod God Harris.
What a god.
3-way MoY tie.
T-Sizzle.
Oh boy. This is unprecedented. We've never had tie voting before. There is a 3-way MoY tie. I don't think we're going to break the tie. I think we let the tie stand.
I think we have 3 MoYs this year, and that's just a testament to how strong people's cases were to be MoY.
Yeah, especially that third one. Yikes. All right.
You want to know something interesting about your dad? He broke one of his trends this year that I've been spewing as propaganda against him every year. He actually is a top 4 scorer this year.
Oh.
He's 4. He's number 4, but he's a top 4 scorer.
He's number 4, but he's a top 4 scorer.
Top 4.
Top 4. All right. This is what we came for, folks. This is the MoY Ploy.
Ooh.
Fellas, the MoY votes are in. You want to take a quick peek? Oh.
Who's at the bottom?
Last place, the only manager to not get a single fucking MoY vote. Brett Fish Von Beaver Fitzgerald.
That's awesome.
In second to last place, with 2 votes apiece, Brent Ent and myself, Jake the Gluten Freak Harris. In third to last place, actually, this is third place. In third place, with 6 votes, we have Eddie Disler.
That doesn't make sense.
And Zach Warner.
That doesn't make any sense. Eddie Disler has the same number of votes as Zach Warner for MoY. They had 2 different seasons. That's awesome.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But that's what being a MoY is all about.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It's based on whatever criteria y'all see fit. And if Eddie being a walking meme all year is what makes him MoY, then by God, he's the MoY.
But we are going to talk Eddie's strategy before
in
the draft
second
season, hands down.
Oh, God, yeah. and mine. My draft strategy was pretty damn bad, too.
Great, Eddie.
In second place, with 7 votes, Todd the Bod God Harris.
Oh my gosh. I know what it's like to be runner-up with the MoY. But runner-up for MoY?
In first place with 13 votes, it was a blowout. We have Peter Cheater Pigoo Hot Sizzle O'Donnell.
I did it.
And Ray Rat Squirts Mertz. You like
Ray,
rat squirts?
Yeah, I do. Ray, it's an honor. But whose world are we just living in, Jay Glue? That's what I want to know.
Oh.
Ray's world, tragic Ray starts to take.
All right.
Awesome.
So this means we have a MoY v MoY matchup, and we have Z-Warn versus the WoY, and we have a WoY v WoY matchup going on in the losers bracket. Quite interesting that there are 2 MoYs and a WoY all in the winners bracket.
Isn't that it's true?
This is truly unprecedented in the MoY ploy to have a tie, but then to have 2 ties and a 3-way tie on top of that. Personally, I don't think we will ever see this again. I don't know if it's good or bad for the MoY ploy. We're going to have to find out the kind of damage that this sort of corruption in voting does to a league. But fellas, thank you guys so much for showing up for this league. So thank you so much for participating in the fun. Without you guys talking all that mad shit, it is not nearly as fun. So thank you guys for making this a good time. Let us commence the preview for next week. All right, let's get back to that scoreboard. Peter, I want to hear some predictions.
I think
Rat Pack versus Trevor Trust.
I don't have my quarterbacks on a good matchups. I can't believe I didn't play Trevor Trust into the matchup versus the Titans. It'll go down as the
Here's why I think you have
thing I ever did.
an open window right now. So I'm going to move my microphone so I can see my screen a bit better. Here's why I think you have an open window right now. He has no plus matchups going for him this week, except Josh Allen. That's a lot. He can put up 60. But there's not a lot of plus matchups out there. I think Travis Etienne has been on an incredible skid. He's going up against Dallas. That's the 3rd best rushing offense. Rashad White is is in a timeshare with Leonard Fournette. He's going up against Cincy, and they're
I have some elite matchups.
Barkley's going against an elite matchup. Stephon Diggs, Devonta Smith, Jerry Jeudy. You know, there's just a lot here that's in a bad matchup.
Green.
Marquise Brown just lost his quarterback. You know, Jerry Jeudy just lost his quarterback. There are a lot of open windows here for you to take advantage of. And Devonta Smith might be losing some of his targets as Dallas Goedert has rejoined Philly and is expected to suit up and play this weekend. I think the window for Ray getting beaten has never been more wide open this season. Kenneth Walker coming off a huge injury, also going up against the number
First
1
ranked rushing defense. All right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
There's chances. I buried. It would have been nice if I had played the cards the right way, but there is a chance.
You know, and
believe.
like
I have a lot of I have people going up against the worst ranked defense, the second worst. Like Mike Williams is playing the worst ranked secondary.
Love it.
Michael Pittman, 31st ranked secondary.
Yep, love it.
Christian McCaffrey, 31st rushing defense. Like there's points on the board to be had.
Yeah, sorry. Brett was just texting me about a trade in our Dynasty League.
Oh, Brett.
I told him I might be interested in Kyler if you need to buy some assets.
That's right, Kyler Murray.
I know, it's tragic. I honestly don't know if I want to buy him because I feel like that ACL is going to just redefine his whole career. And if you've got a 5'8", 5'6" pocket passer that plays Call of Duty all day and instead of rehabbing his knee,
no, thank you.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, George Skittles, Michael Shipman, Shike Williams, Shishin McShaffrey, great matchups all across the board. I think you have a lot of guys who could be having massive weeks this week.
No, I'm looking at my lineup, and I got a good chance. I got some ballers here.
The biggest problem for you is that you're still starting Tom Brady.
Yeah. I might just run Trevor Trust then. Just go with Trevor Trust.
It's a rough matchup against Dallas. I don't blame you for wanting to dodge that matchup, but since he's literally 1 rank more difficult than Dallas is. So
I'll debate that. I'll be debating that one into the weekend.
These
Other
are the
than
kind of
that, though, I'm
conversations that
throwing in
make you second guess
Alan
yourself.
Lazard. Alan Lazard is going. He'll be in there. I've got Michael Pittleman in there. It's gonna be. There's some juicy things.
Let's move on to the next
Z-Warren.
matchup. Z-Warren versus Todd. Speaking of open windows, look at all that red. Tyler Huntley injured. Jarrett Carr's been sucking donkey dick. Nick Chubb, bad matchup, also been sucking donkey dick. Austin Eckler is playing like a career low percentage of snaps. He's at like 50% of snaps played. Josh Jacobs going against the New England defense, a little bit banged up. Devonta Adams also against the New England defense, starting 3 guys on the Las Vegas Raiders. Almost cost him the week last week if it wasn't for my dad shitting the bed even harder. DJ Moore's been the embodiment of a mediocre NFL receiver. Juju Smith-Schuster, terrible match against Houston, not because Houston's so elite, but because teams do not need to pass the ball against Kansas City.
Yep.
Or against Houston. Jamar Chase, fine. Could bail you out.
He'll do well.
And everyone else has just got a negative or medium matchup. And there's not really any help on his bench because you're not trotting Brandon Cooks out there, in my opinion. As long as he's been injured and griping him out, wanting to trade, not getting a trade, and pouting for the last half of the season. I don't know what you do here if you're Z-Warren. I feel like you're just kind of like, well, maybe I'll make it to the finals and lose to one of the other 2 teams. I don't know. Maybe I might be missing some really good matchups coming up for these guys. Pittman, San Francisco. No, not really.
San Fran, no. But Pitt's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it's a great matchup. Fine matchups for Eckler here. I don't know. We'll see. Enough talk. Let's break down the Fandalorian. Thank you. Keep going. I'm much more green here. I could definitely see a comeback. The hole is not that big. I want to say it's 20 points. Yeah, 20 points is very overcomable, especially when you have
Z-Warren has nothing.
Z-Warren has nothing, and you have a lot of high upside. Derrick Henry could pop off for 35, 40 points. Justin Herbert could pop off for 35, 40 points. If Derrick Henry scores a lot early,
look at all
there's
this
a game
green.
script here. There's
look
a
at
game
all the green.
script. Exactly. There's a game script between the Tennessee Titans and the Los Angeles Chargers that could definitely benefit my dad here. Derrick Henry scores early. Justin Herbert leads a heroic comeback. Amari Cooper at home. Love to see. Amari's been great at home, horrible on the road. Baltimore is a very generous defense still. Lockett, pop, lock, and drop. It's been great all year. Chris Olave, great matchup. Travis Kelce's I'm not afraid of Houston. Alec, the only thing I'd be afraid of with Kelce is that they get up by so many points that they bench Travis Kelce. Alec Pierce, like the player, love the matchup. Elijah Moore, I think this is a incredible waiver wire pickup by my father here, and in absolutely, it's a fantastic matchup. It's a must target matchup for pass catchers here. Don't know how I feel about the Raiders D, but that's fine. And then, there's not really anything different I would do on his bench here because, there's nothing there to help.
All right, what's going on in this match? Can you come back here? I think so.
I'm down by 49 points. If he can go up by 49 points, I can come back by 49 points. Definitely doable. Whose position would I rather be in? Definitely his. So I like my matchups this week. I've got a lot of good ones. Pacheco could have a huge day against Houston. Cook's got a good matchup. Garrett Wilson's been on fire and with a great matchup. George Pickens, been efficient, looking for the higher target volume. Gerald Everett, great matchup. Drake London has got a fine matchup, and then there's no one else like Desmond Ridder could be a little breath of fresh air. I'm going to go ahead and take the flyer on Desmond Ridder. Hopefully he scores a bunch of rushing touchdowns and runs for a bunch of yards. I don't really trust Justin Fields injured against an elite defense in Philly. Don't really trust Geno Smith against San Fran. So I'm going to roll with the rookie, not having any tape against him and see what happens. The big thing for me is basically Ramondre or JK. One of those two is going to get the start for me. If Ramondre doesn't go, it'll be JK.
I was looking at your roster, and I just realized that I needed to check and see if someone was available at a starting quarterback. And I just grabbed him. Joe Flacco is going to be my starting quarterback.
Oh yeah, is Joe Flacco?
I think Mike White is in trouble. He got blown up.
Oh, he
in
got
the game.
blasted. Yeah, it was. If you haven't seen the hit, guys, it was. I heard
He
it
just
described
took
on one
like
of the
a
podcasts.
shot. Somebody just the Ed Oliver just hit him with a forearm to the ribs and blew him up.
I heard it described as if there was an elbow joint in the middle of his chest cavity. The way he bent,
Damn.
it was every bit as brutal as that. And he popped back up, went to get an X-ray mid-game. And he was in so much pain. He went to get X-rays, came back into the game, took another big hit, went back out again, came back in a second time, and then after the game was like, "Hey, I got to go to the hospital." That's some freaking toughness right there, man.
Never mind. It says White. It says Mike White is practicing right now on a limited basis. So
Yeah,
he'll
I think
probably
he's
play.
gonna.
They'll
I
shoot
think
him
he's
up.
gonna play. Yeah, they'll shoot him up.
Maybe we can make a deal.
He doesn't have much guaranteed money on his contract. That's the kind of guy who plays through an injury.
We might need to make a deal.
He's not one of those guaranteed cucks that's gonna be like, I'm not gonna play. All right. I don't think we can sanction a trade at this point in the near future.
I need to make a deal for Mike White.
I may just have to shut down trading. All right. We're going to fly through the last matchup and then get out of here. All right, the $20 bet game. Eddie, I think, has got... Oh, my God, those are some juicy matchups. Look at all that cheddar. Love to see it, man.
He's been waiting for this moment.
Mm-hmm. And if my guy, Stevenson, goes down and doesn't play, Harris has a good chance to play and could get all the touches against a very generous Vegas defense. Christian Watson, very close matchup. I'm definitely getting Watson into the lineup. Yeah, I'm definitely
for the win.
If you're Eddie, who are you benching?
Ayuk.
For Watson, you're benching Ayuk even though Debo's out?
What are my I can't see all. I gotta pull up Eddie's thing on my screen to be able to see all the stuff, the options he has. I see he has some good players right now on his bench, and Jonathan Taylor.
He's gonna get. I mean, that's going in the running back spot in Javian Pierce's place. Najee's going in for Latavius Murray, and then what? Like you need a place to play Christian Watson, and Eddie's team. I mean, Gabe Davis maybe.
Gabe Davis is the one. It's Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis.
I feel like it is. I don't feel like Gabe Davis has been great this year. Yeah, he's had really. There's only been 1, 2, 3, 4 games where you're happy you started him. I would probably be sitting Gabe Davis and rolling with Christian Watson because I do expect the Green Bay Los Angeles game to be competitive, which means Aaron is going to be throwing the ball. That game script will be them continuing to pass, because they don't learn out there in Green Bay. All right, Brett Tet's team, 23-point lead here. Brett Tet has got fine matchups. I think he could absolutely coast to a win here. It's just really, does Patrick Mahomes get benched? DeAndre Hopkins losing his quarterback is bad. James Conner is kind of a touchdown guy, and if they don't really have much offense, that could be bad for them. And again, the way you beat Denver is on the ground. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I think all matchups are still very much up in the air, except for mine. I feel like
Brett's
in
trouble. Losing Debo hurts Brett bigly because
yeah.
he's so reliant on a big performance by Debo.
Fish plus lamb is very important to his gameplay.
Beaver.
Yeah.
All
right, guys. Well, that is everything.
Beaver tranquilizer
that we have for you guys this episode. Hope you enjoyed the season. Hope you enjoyed the cast. We will see you guys in the next one with the Week 1 playoff results.
The MoY. The MoY.
The MoY and the MoY. Signing off.